What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to the January and February tier list. As you guys know, 2021 has been pretty light on releases, so we've combined both months. Let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, now today's video is brought to you by Ragnarok Labyrinth, and Ragnarok needs no introduction whatsoever. Over 100 million players have been touched by this franchise, and it's back once again with a brand new title called Ragnarok Labyrinth. In this game, you can raise your own hero, upgrade your job, gear, cards. There are multiple different class types from archer, magician, thief, and they can upgrade to a second and third job type as well. If you are a Ragnarok fan, you already know what's coming. There are multiple different battle modes, dungeons. You can team up with your friends, guilds, and if you're feeling really confident in yourself, you can take the battle directly to other players in PvP. The game has iconic costumes and, of course, a slew of all of your favorite Ragnarok monsters throughout the world. And if you act right now, there is a coupon code that is popping up on your screen right now. Take advantage of that coupon code. It's also going to be in the description and in the pinned comment. This is going to get you one costume box and 100,000 zenny. This doesn't expire until April the 30th, so go ahead and jump in. So enjoy your time in Ragnarok Labyrinth. Once again, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and back to your regularly scheduled program. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you freshtier.com, my own tier list website. Now, I know the question has got to be, FG, why you out here making your own tier list website? Aren't there plenty of tier list options on the internet? Now, of course they are. We use Tier Maker all the way, from 2018, 2019, 2020. And one piece of criticism that I always received when it came to the tier list was, FG, once the tier list has like 80 different games on it, it's almost impossible to understand which game is which, what game profile is that, how do I know? Like, it was just a mess once there was too many games on the tier list, especially if you hadn't been watching the tier list from the very beginning. You have no idea what these games are, right? So that was the biggest piece of criticism that the tier list had back in 2020, 2019, and beyond. I tried to remedy that. I tried to put the games into the description. That wasn't very good. We tried to do a Word document. We tried to do a PowerPoint. All of those things just kind of seem like a Band-Aid, right? So I figured, you know what? The only way to do this right is to create my own website called freshtier.com. Now, I wanted to call it Tierless 3000, but I was like, FG, your name don't have to be in it. Come on, FG. So here it is, freshtier.com. Now, of course, the number one reason why I wanted to create my own tier list website is so that I could have the ability to do this, right? So you will now be able to go to freshtier.com, see my tier list right there on the homepage, click one of the icons, see the name of the game, a nice little game screenshot, a direct link to, my first impression, who the game was published by, the genre, the release date, and you can also click on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Now, keep in mind, all right, I know you guys are already side-eyeing the way the website looks. Now, I've been talking so much trash over the years about MVPs, minimal viable product. And what does FG turn around and do? I put out a minimal viable product. I can't lie, right? This website is the very, very basic. This is like version 0.0 at this point. Yes, I kind of put it out here, not finished, definitely not where I wanted to be, but I wanted to make sure that the backend and the framework was functional first, and then we're gonna make it pretty, right? So the way you see it right now, the color scheme, the Comic Sans font, all of this is temporary, right? So I apologize for the MVP. I apologize to all the games that I call MVP, and I turn around and do the same thing. I'm sorry, but here it is at its basic form. We will continue to go through your feedback. I'm gonna be scouring this video to kind of see what you guys think, which things should be changed, and most importantly, if you guys are like, if someone out there is like a web designer that knows how to make this thing look pretty, now that we have the framework and the back end relatively functional, it's time to start making it pretty, right? So I want it to look not amateur hour, dark mode friendly, things of that nature. So it's a paid gig. If you guys are really good web designers, send me an email at fitnessgamer3000@gmail.com, and we'll work out something. But let's get to the actual tier list itself. Enough dilly-dallying, all right? So we're gonna start it off with Estella Arcana. You guys know exactly what this game is. It is a traditional. It's traditional now. It's iconic when it comes to mobile MMOs. Auto path, auto quest, auto combat, auto grinding, mobile MMO. And if you know FG, you know that I start giving penalty points to mobile MMOs, not because Stella Arcana is like the worst game ever created. It's pretty normal for a mobile MMO, but since it's so cliche and so overdone, penalty points have to be applied. That's gonna get an F from FG. So that is the first one there. Next game up is gonna be On Myoji, the card game, which I actually kind of enjoyed, believe it or not. If you are the type of person that still likes card games, add to my score. If you're a person that is kind of burnt out on card games, but you're willing to give it a try, follow my score. On Myoji, the card game, was actually pretty refreshing in my opinion. It's still not gonna completely like blow your mind when it comes to its mechanics, but I did enjoy my time there. So that one's gonna be a C. As you guys know, C is nice and average for me. It's actually a pretty solid rating for a card game these days. So there you go, On Myoji, the card game. Next one up, we have Isle of Genesis Avalon. Like, dude, I just put this game on the list just because the list was looking a little light, right? This is not a game that we're going to be talking about. Probably everyone has stopped talking about this. It came out in January. I'm pretty sure everyone's already stopped talking about it. This one is going to be an F. Let's see if this is going to work. All right, it works good. It works good. That's going to be an F from FG. Next one up is going to be Cookie Run Kingdom, which was very surprising. You guys know I absolutely love games where I can collect something that I can't collect somewhere else. And how many other games besides Cookie Run games can you collect cookies? Non-existent. I do love the fact that they maintain the whole, run vibe of the Cookie Run series as well, being able to build your own city. My Discord absolutely adores this game, and I think it's a pretty solid title. This one is gonna get a nice B from FG. Definitely one to play. Next one up is gonna be Bless Mobile, another auto play. I don't have to say all the autos. You know all the autos I'm talking about. Not to mention, not only is this a cliche mobile MMO, it also has the Bless IP slapped on it, which I actually think it makes worse. Like, I think that's a really negative connotation. Why would you put that on your game? Another mobile MMO down here in the F category. Like I said, penalty points have got to be applied. I think what I want to do here, I want these to be side by side instead of vertical. I want at least 2 on each row, I think. Anyway, I'm judging my MVP on the fly here. Next one up is gonna be Dragon Quest Hack. And I've been kind of hard on the Dragon Quest games because I don't know. And this is, like I said, this is a completely subjective opinion. I feel like the Dragon Quest games that we've gotten here global just feel like they're like 80% nostalgia, 20% game. And I kind of feel the same way with Dragon Quest Hack. It's not, to me, it really didn't like change my mind when it came to grid-based strategy RPGs. It didn't redefine the genre. In fact, it played it very, very safe, right? That's kind of my main overall thing when it came to Dragon Quest Hack. It played it very, very safe, and it leaned heavy on its nostalgic factor, hoping that people, that fell in love with the Dragon Quest series would gravitate towards the game. But if you don't have that nostalgic bug, I gotta give it a D, slightly below average. If you love Dragon Quest, I could see it right here at C or so, but I struggle to think it can get much higher than that. I also don't like all these trash cans right here as well. I need to get rid of those. Next game up is gonna be Warhammer. This has been one heck of an episode when it comes to mobile MMOs. Now, Warhammer Odyssey decided, you know what? We're gonna take it back, way back to old school MMOs. No more of these autoplay MMOs. We're gonna take it back to like the EverQuest days, right? The World of Warcraft classic, Warhammer Online type of vibe. The game very, very heavily leans on its Warhammer Online vibes, which, it's okay. I do think there's some things that this game could have done better. I do not like the fact that you are rooted in combat when you do any special moves. I feel like the special moves left a little bit to be desired. The overall polish, pretty much non-existent. I think the game could have done a lot better when it came to the sound effects, the ambiance. It feels like a very sterile world, right? It feels like they built pretend you built like an MMO in the Unreal Engine, but it's still, it's just like basically just a framework. That's what it kind of feels like. Kind of like your website, fgfreshtier.com. Kind of like that. It just doesn't feel together yet. It doesn't feel alive yet. Maybe in about 6 months, it could be something like that. If they financially can stay afloat until then. If they can stay financially afloat, take all this extra time to refine it, make it better, and then maybe re-release it with like a brand new class, like not like a real re-release, but like, hey, we got a new class, we've made a bunch of changes, come back to the game type of thing. Maybe, but I'm thinking at least 6 months to a year before this game is where it needs to be. If it could last that long, I'm gonna give Warhammer Odyssey a D from FG. And then last but not least, the best game, I think, if you poll the average mobile gamer and you ask them what is the best game that came out in 2021, I think it'd be hard to argue Princess Connecta. Like, it's probably the best game out there. Now, gameplay wise, I think it still leaves a bit to be desired. I gotta be real. Gameplay wise, I'd probably put it right here at Cookie Rush level, like right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and give it, oh, look at that, doesn't wanna go. What's going on here with this website, FG? This janky MVP? Princess Connect for me is gonna get an A, not so much because of the gameplay, but because of the insane levels of polish that this game has, right? It's brought to you by Side Games, so you know from a quality of life and streamlined standpoint, this game is gonna be well taken care of, but look at all of the animations and the voice acting and the story. Like, there is so much polish in this game, it's insane. So with that alone, I feel like it gives itself a few bonus points. Like I said, if it didn't have all that story, all that voice acting, all of that extra like world building, I would put it at a B, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A, kind of for the same reasons Exos Heroes last year maintained an A, because the art and the world were just so amazing, it kind of dragged the rest of the game up a little bit. But if Exos Heroes didn't have great art, dude, that would have been like maybe a C or something. It would have been pretty booty. So same thing for Princess Connect, right? I think the overall polish just brings the game up a few notches. So that is that, my friends. January and February tier list. Let's get out of full screen here for a second. So when you go to freshtier.com, it's already gonna be set up. Look at that. Look at that. You can go to freshtier.com right now and tell me how terrible the website is. And then you can click that and it looks good. Are you? Oh no, it's not working. The links aren't working. All right, we're gonna keep on working on it, but here is the foundation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And like I said, if you are a web designer, hit me up. It's a pay-in gig. I want this to look great. I want to look back on this month, because March, I gotta be honest, March has sucked for FG, but I want to look back on March, you know, in August or September or something like that, and look back at how much progress we've made on this website to make it even better than it's ever been, right? So until then, my name is FG3000. I thank you a ton for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.